Hi guys, I sewed up a summer shirt, so today's video is going to be a pattern review on MCCALLS 8001. So let's see what I have to say about it. And I have the shirt right here, and so I'm just gonna go in order and try to stay on track. Okay, so I actually went with view A. I don't know, I can't really see a difference between view A and view B. Oh, well, I didn't do the flutter sleeve. So I did view A, and the sizes on here, the envelope goes from an extra small to a medium. So you will have to decide what size you are and then pick the envelope from there. Now, I actually went with a size, let me get this out here. I actually went with a size small because other people, when I read their reviews, they also said that it ran really big. Let me show you the measurements. Finished garment measurements. An extra large would be a 41 3/4. And then it goes all the way up to 59 1/4 for an extra large. And my bust size is a 40. So I did a finished garment measurement of a 43 3/4, which is why I made the size small. So yes, it does run really big. Now the pattern description, sorry, I'm kind of skipping around. It says it's a very loose fitting top. It has buttons, a front closure, front band, double back yoke. It's got a pleat in the back and a collar with the collar band and sleeve and hem bands. So that right there tells you there are so many pattern pieces. So that was another thing that kind of turned me off, but I'm like, you guys, this is a really cute shirt, so I really want to try it. Plus I wanted to do the color blocking already, which maybe you saw in the first part of the video where I kind of labeled, okay, I want this to be pink, this to be dark pink, things like that. Staying on track with the pattern review though, let's see, so were the instructions easy to follow? Okay, I'm going to say that the instructions weren't very easy to follow because I've made a few collared shirts using the Little Lizard King PDF pattern. Problem is they only have those for kids. I am familiar with making collared shirts. This one was just completely different though, and I feel like they added in this placket. They made you cut a different strip for that and sew it onto that, which I thought was very unnecessary. I wish that it would have just been one piece and that we would have just folded it in like so and did that. So I did not like that part of it. The other thing you may have heard me complaining, and I know that this is a given with MCCALLS and Simplicity patterns, I don't like the 5/8 inch seam allowance. It really just screwed me up when I was like going around curves and stuff like that because I'm used to doing a 1/4 of an inch. And so I completely screwed up around the neckband, although it doesn't look screwed up right here, but I had to do so much finagling. So that's what the inside looks like. I had to turn it in, I had to hand baste it, and then run it through the sewing machine. The other thing that I didn't like about the instructions is that they tell you to sew the placket to the right side of the fabric and then fold it in. Well, I liked doing it to the wrong side of the fabric so I could fold it out and see exactly where I needed to stitch. So this side of the placket, I did opposite of what the directions. This side of the placket, I did what they asked for, where, I don't know, it's probably too hard for me to explain. So I'm just gonna kind of move on. Another thing that I didn't like about this pattern is this part in the back. And this is going to sound funny as to what my explanation is. And it's because when I iron it, I don't know. I feel like maybe I should have had a set-in sleeve. Okay, I know I'm kind of going all over the place, but I'm doing this as things come to me because the other thing that I did is the fabric that I choose, I really, really like. Okay, I apologize. I'm going to back up a little bit. I'm kind of sounding a little bit like Amber Heard's attorney, where she's like all over the place. I don't want to be like that. What did I dislike about it? And I'm just going to stick with this. And it is, I didn't like that they had the placket be a separate piece of fabric. They could have just made this wider and had us fold it in. Yet they didn't. They want us to cut a separate strip and just sew it on. Okay, I didn't like that part. Now I'm going to move on with the fabrics. They recommend a crepe fabric, crepe de chine, a poplin, a challis, and I went with a cotton lawn. And while I love how lightweight it is, I have to iron it a lot. It wrinkles a lot, and that has nothing to do with the pattern itself. But I don't know if a rayon challis would be better. Okay, I'm thinking a rayon challis might be a little bit better. But when I try to iron this back piece kind of gets in the way. When I iron it flat, it makes a crease where that placket is. And again, I don't know if I would blame that on the pattern itself. Let me tell you though, kind of the dislikes of this. And I'm not necessarily saying it's the pattern's fault, but for some reason it just came out way too small on me. Because it had so many pattern pieces, it was hard for me to decide how to make the finishes. So for example, this part right here where they make you sew on another piece halfway. Well, they did it to where it was like a band. And so again, I just feel like it was like a lot of unnecessary pieces. I didn't make it like a band. I screwed up on that part if you saw the vlog. And so then I sewed it again. And then this is how I sewed the bottom. So I serged it and then I just folded it up and sewed it again. And so that's another thing that I feel like I made a lot of mistakes on this, and I didn't really know the proper way to finish the edges. Like maybe I should have done a double hem. Now on the sleeves, I also didn't attach the sleeve band, because then again, that was another piece of fabric. And so I just decided to fold the existing sleeve that they had, and I folded it in. I did a double fold on it, and I don't know that I like the way that looks. Okay, so here it is. It looks like I need to wear like a tank top underneath it. You can't really see mistakes that I made in the collar right here. It does look crisp and clean. I'm gonna show you, this right here is kind of what I was going for. See this look with the color blocking, and it's just really cute. I'm not gonna give up though. I wanna make myself a really cute collared shirt, and I did find another pattern that I think might work. Let me go and grab it. I think maybe even a few of you have made this one as well. Now, before I move on to this next pattern though, the ultimate question for this one is like, would I make it again? I don't think I would make it again. Would I recommend it to somebody else? It just has a lot of pattern pieces, and I don't know that I would recommend it to someone else. I'm not going to make this again, but I think maybe a few of you might get good results from it. Let me show you this other pattern that I am looking at. It is Simplicity 9295. And let me tell you what I'm talking about with having a separate placket piece. I opened it up and I already cut this one up, and it does not have that separate piece that I was so annoyed with. See, they have you cut it into one piece, and then you're going to fold it in, and that will be your button placket. And so I get really bugged when I have to do unnecessary sewing. And so that is the one thing that I didn't like on this MCCALLS 8001. I do also realize on this Simplicity pattern, it's a completely different look. It's more fitted, it has darts, and it has a set-in sleeve. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and give this one a try. Let me know if you've tried this one out as well. Earlier in the video, I did mention that I think that this shirt is too short, but then look at this new pattern that came out from Simplicity. It's 9610, and it looks just like what I made. So it is a collared shirt, but it's a crop top. So I guess it really is on trend right now. I hope that I gave you some good learning lessons and things to think about and just some helpful information. I do have other pattern reviews, so make sure that you click on those ones as well. And until next time, happy sewing. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.